Good morning. It's 11:39 a.m. on Saturday, June 11th, 2016. I'm Christiana Ellis and I'm starting this video for the second time today. This is 5 more minutes. So, I made all sorts of jokes. The funniest ever when I tried doing this video before just a few minutes ago. And then accidentally dropped my headphones on the keyboard and it stopped the video early. And I am too tired right now to figure out how to try to edit that together into this one. It sounds like too much work. So, all those jokes are lost to history. You will never see them. It is the end. I don't know what it's the end of. I'm kind of out of it this morning. That's kind of mostly what I said before on the 2 minutes worth that is forever lost to history. Um, yeah, what I was talking about is basically the idea that over the course of this week, I did vaguely feel like I was maybe, holding off some sort of a illness, but now that I've let my guard down, it's crashed over me. I don't feel that bad, just a little bit congested and just a little bit tired. I got plenty of sleep, so it's mostly just kind of feeling, ugh. You know, you know how you feel ugh, sometimes. Anyway, part of what really kind of had me insisting to push through um, this week was, excuse me, a couple of things actually. One is just that I'm actually working towards a project transition with the day job. So, given that there's only a certain amount of time left on this project, I'm reluctant to take any extra time off of it if I can avoid it. I don't want current project to feel that I'm not giving it my all. But also just because I had some important test stuff to do yesterday. Um, it's it's important. Like it wasn't that it's so hard, but the results were important, and it's hands-on, going gowning up for the clean room and putting my hands on equipment and using chemicals and special tools and stuff. Um, of late, more see, for a long time, the percentage of my job where I'm in the field hands-on versus sitting at my desk writing documentation, the balance goes back and forth depending on the project. And so this project, it's been much more on the documentation side. But this test, I had to go in um, and, actually do the hard work. And I sometimes get anxiety ahead of times with those just because, like this test in particular, like it really just, it mattered how it turned out. But fortunately, and probably partly due to my anxiety pressing me to do it right. You know what I mean? Like to not be too laissez-faire about it. Make sure I'm taking care of everything. But it went just fine. It went great. So, yay! Tiny victory at work. But yeah, now I'm not feeling super great sitting here. Fortunately, I don't have a lot to do today. I can sit around and rest. Rest. I played a bit more stuff on the VR headset, my Vive, last night. I tried some Audio Shield, which was a lot of fun. It's basically just a simple rhythm game where it has a whole bunch of different songs, and they have their own songs, and then there's like cloud where people can submit their own songs, and you can also set it to play any of your songs from your computer. But it's basically just a rhythm game where you're standing and you've got like a blue shield and an orange shield, and various blobs come at you in time with the music, and some of them are blue and some of them are orange, and so you basically have to block the blue ones with your blue shield and the orange ones with your orange shield, and so you're kind of going that sort of thing. And I will tell you that even just looking at like a YouTube video of what the gameplay looks like, this is just another example where VR is really something you kind of have to try, because actually doing it is a distinctly different experience than looking at a video of it. It was a lot of fun. I also tried a little bit of Vivecraft, which is basically Minecraft on Vive. It's not officially supported. It's a mod created by someone. It works pretty well, although there's some sort of thing that I think I need to figure out if there's a setting to change this or whatever. I'm too tall. In Minecraft, if you've ever played it, your little guy is basically 2 blocks tall exactly. So if you clear a 2-block space, if you have a room with a 2-block space and then a ceiling, your little guy just walks right in there. But I'm too tall, given that it's tracking the actual physical location of where my headset is compared to the floor. And so if I stand in a 2-block space, it makes my head go into the into the block, and I can't see, and it hurts me. so so I can make the spaces bigger. That's a relatively easy solution, but it's still a little bit tricky just because some of the like a lot of the game design is all based around the assumption of how big your character is, and so various other things make a difference there. I have to see if I can figure out how to change that. Anyway, VR is cool. In playing that, I discovered a couple of things. One is that sinking deep into the water is scarier in VR. Things look bigger than you'd think, like the trees. I don't know, somehow I envisioned in my head imagining the trees as being something like this size. Like maybe my shoulder width, but they're much more like this. When you see them in VR, it looks more like this. And then there was an Enderman, and he was really scary. I had just kind of a tiny little island, and he was zipping around on there, and I had to keep not looking at him, and it was scarier in VR. Anyway, I will talk to you guys tomorrow for 5 more minutes.